Imagine a crime scene. Silence. No cameras, no eyewitnesses. Just a few strands of hair, a drop of blood, and a fragment of skin under a victim's nail. Years ago, such evidence was meaningless. But today, that silence speaks. It tells stories, identifies criminals, and frees the innocent. Because today we have DNA fingerprinting, the most powerful forensic tool ever created. Hello everyone, I'm Divya and Ashley, your host for today, and welcome to the episode where science meets justice and technology meets the truth. Forensic labs across the country now receive over 2 lakh DNA samples every year. This just shows how essential DNA evidence has become for solving crimes, identifying missing persons, and delivering justice. And so today, to discuss this fantastic topic with us, we have here Ashley, a fellow enthusiast in DNA fingerprinting, who will today share her valuable insights with us. Hello, Ashley. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Divya.
To begin with, could you tell us what is DNA fingerprinting and how did it actually come to existence?
Before getting into DNA fingerprinting, first let us talk about DNA. DNA is a genetic code which is present in every individual. No two individuals in the whole world can have same type of DNA pattern except identical twins. Just like fingerprints, the fingerprints are different in every individual. In the same way, DNA pattern is unique in every individual. This uniqueness is what that helps the scientist to identify the real criminals and to solve the crime cases. Now coming to how this technique came into existence. It was discovered quite accidentally in the year 1984 by a British scientist named Sir Alec Jeffreys. While he was studying about the different patterns of DNA, he came across that certain sections of DNA showed unique patterns. Then he understood that the method of DNA fingerprinting can be used for personal identification. The true potential of DNA fingerprinting was first seen in 1986 in England during the Enderby murder case. This was the first time when DNA was used to prove the innocence of the falsely accused and to identify the real culprit. Since then, DNA fingerprinting has been considered as the powerful tool to not only for the identification, like for crime scene identification, but also for identifying the missing persons and also for paternity testings.
It's quite a discovery for an accident. So, what happened next? How did DNA fingerprinting go from that to the modern technologies that we have today?
After its discovery in 1984, DNA fingerprinting started developing step by step. In the early days, the process was very slow and complicated, and it required many days to get the results. As science and technology got improved, many new techniques were discovered. One such technique was PCR, which is used to amplify even small amounts of DNA. And this technique was used to analyze small strands of hair or blood drop, etc. So over time, as computers and machines were introduced, the process of DNA testing was made faster, safer, and reliable. Today, DNA fingerprinting has become more advanced. It is not only being used in crime investigation, but also for disaster victim identification and medical research. The process that once took weeks, now it can be done just in few hours.
Now, could you take us through the steps involved in DNA fingerprinting and how it actually works in the labs?
Sure, DNA fingerprinting involves few easy steps. First, the DNA is collected from the things like hair strands, skin cells, or blood drop, etc. Next, the DNA is carefully extracted from the sample in the laboratory. As the extracted DNA is in small amounts, it is made into millions of copies using a technique called as PCR. So this will help the scientist to study more clearly. Next, the DNA is separated and analyzed to study its unique pattern. This pattern is called as DNA profile. The DNA profile is thus used by the forensic experts to compare and identify the real culprit or to identify the missing persons, etc.
So, once a DNA profile is created, where is it stored and how does it help in investigations?
After the DNA profile is created in the laboratory, it is stored safely and securely in a computer database. In many countries, including India, there are special forensic DNA databases where the DNA profiles of missing persons or unidentified bodies are stored. So the forensic experts will use this stored data in order to identify the real culprit. Now, suppose, for example, a DNA sample is found at a crime scene. The forensic experts will collect that DNA sample and compare it with the stored records in order to identify the real criminal. So these data, it is stored very carefully in order to use it for only like legal procedures.
But now I'm curious, how many labs in India can actually do this?
Yeah, for forensic and DNA testing, there are there are a network of state, central, and regional level forensic science laboratories. Right now, there are 7 central forensic science laboratories. Besides these, there are 32 state level forensic science laboratories and many regional laboratories which are spread across India. In total, there are 100 forensic science laboratories. Although India is a very large country and it has many forensic science labs, but still there is a pressure on them as the demand for DNA testing is increasing day by day.
While we have learned a lot about DNA fingerprinting today, one question remains for the future. Do you see a future in India where every culprit is found? How realistic is this and what would it take to achieve it?
DNA fingerprinting has already changed the way of investigating crimes in India. In the future, it has potential to make the investigations even more accurate. As DNA is unique in every individual, it can be used to link the criminals to the crime cases and it can help to solve even the unsolved cases. However, reaching a stage where every culprit is identified is a bit difficult and time taking. India requires more advanced forensic science labs and well trained forensic experts. So, while this vision may not become reality overnight, but with proper technology and right training, DNA fingerprinting can be used as a powerful tool for ensuring justice in India.
Thank you, Ashley, for sharing these valuable insights with us. It's fascinating to see how DNA fingerprinting has changed forensic science and also holds so much promise for the future of justice in India. We have learned a lot today, and I'm sure our listeners have a deeper understanding of its impact now. That's all for today, and thank you for listening.